a whistle. Yes, sir. Yep, we back like we never left before. You dig? Yeah. You know, it's Thursday afternoon. Boy, it don't seem like Thursday. Well, it don't seem like it, but it is. Man, it's crazy to think. It's July. It's about to be August next month. Damn, the time this year is moving. It's blowing by fast, man. I'm telling you, man. Whew. Time is flying, man. Time don't wait for nobody, man. I'm telling you. This shit is moving, boy. Whew. If you get in or you get left behind, it's gonna move anywhere it goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Oh, P.S. by the way, check out my book, Love at First Click, Amazon.com. Bestseller. 500 pages a game. That's me on the back, man. Suited and booted. Yeah, dig it. Check it out, man. That's what this broadcast is brought to you by my book, Love at First Click, on Amazon.com. You know, a lot of people want to know if taking a vacation to Japan was a good idea, bad idea. You know. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been going to Japan. I don't know for the last 26 years. I've been going to Japan pretty often, I would say. You know, I know a lot of people that live in Japan. You know, can you get a signed copy? You send me yeah, I could send you a signed copy. You got to PayPal me to get that. Yeah. The link for the PayPal gonna be below. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the only way. Yeah. I'll put the link for my PayPal below the video when I get off. It should be below. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Actually, it's not. Actually, it's not. Yeah. You know, I haven't been in that thing in a long time. I'm gonna see if my my link is still the same. I haven't been on this thing in a long time. Hey, let me see. For real. It might not exist no more. Let me see. I don't even remember what it is. That's how long it's been. You know, some of these I've had some of these websites for so long. I got so many websites, I can't even keep up with all of them. That's crazy. No, that link don't work. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta make a new one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know how you can do it. You can send me you can send it to my Cash App. Send it to my Cash App. Yeah, send it to my Cash App. My Cash App is SharpGameAtl. My Cash App is SharpGameAtl. Yeah. So if you send $55, to my Cash App, I send you a signed copy. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I forgot about Cash App. You know, I got Cash App, I got Patreon, you know, I got PayPal. I got all some of this shit, man. I don't even use very often. To be honest, yeah, I just don't. You know. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been going back and forth to Japan. Phew, for a long time, for the past 25 years. Since the first time I went to Japan was 1996. Was the first time I went to Japan. And that's when I was in the military at the time. And I was very nervous, to be honest, the first time I went. Because I didn't really know what's up. East Africa in the building. I hear you. What part of East Africa? Where you from? What's that picture? Yeah, somebody always mentioned the picture in the background. Yeah. First time I went to Japan, I was scared to death. I was scared. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. First time I went to Japan. I didn't even know where Japan was located. You from the Sudan? Okay. I didn't even know where Japan was located the first time I went there. I did not know. I'm talking like geographically, like on a map. I didn't really know where Japan was at. Oh, geez, worldwide respect. Yep. I didn't know where Japan was located at the time, man. I didn't know what language they spoke. I mean, I didn't know. You know, I'm at the time, I'm what? 20? Yeah, I just turned 21 at the time. Yeah, I just turned 21 at the time. I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And trust, I didn't know anyone that ever been to Japan. I did not know anybody. Nobody. Even through boot camp, nobody been. Family, nobody. Cousins, nobody. People I went to high school, nobody. So I didn't know anybody that went to Japan. Even my recruiter, he ain't ever been either. He was a slime ball. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, he got a troll in here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So 96 was the first time I went, and I was in the military at the time. And I stayed over there for the whole time, for 3.5 years. You know, I stayed the whole time. I didn't go nowhere else. I stayed over there until it was time for me to get out. And I went to all those countries in that region. I pretty much been at least one time. So Australia, Guam, Korea, all over the Middle East, Singapore, even some of the islands out there. I've been to all of them countries. You know, because it does. One thing about Japan, Japan is kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's in the middle of everything, but it's easy to get to everybody, all the other countries. And another thing I didn't really notice, I didn't know how close a lot of those countries are to each other. I didn't know China and Russia was like neighbors. I didn't know that. I thought like Russia was way, far away from. Nah, China and Russia they like neighbors. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know China and Japan was like right there. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that until I flew over there and started traveling around that whole area. All those countries are they're like neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Well, at the time, no, I never looked at a map. No, you gotta realize this is '96. It ain't like it is today. No, they didn't give me no map to look at. So they just gave me some orders. Take this orders, deuces. Of course, I seen a map before. I seen a map before, but I didn't have a close-up map. The only map I seen was a big world map, and that don't really say much. The big world map you get in high school, that don't really say much. You don't get a close-up. Things in '96. Things aren't the way it is today. You can go on the internet and pull up all these different types of maps. You get close-up details of every country. No, it wasn't like that. No. No. How does it look overseas? Depends on where you go. Basically. That's basically it. Now in Japan, I bet your mentality changed at the time. No. Actually, no. My mentality didn't change at all. I was the same. I'm the same. I went over there. I did my time. I got out. I was still the same. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me regardless. I don't. That's it. I ain't trying to wear nobody's clothes. No, I ain't trying to I wasn't looking for anything. I just did my time and I got out. That's it. I wasn't trying to you know stay over there. I wasn't trying to do none of that. No, I wasn't. Yeah, that's just me. I wasn't searching for nothing. No, I wasn't looking for a wife. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't doing none of that. I wasn't. That's it. And for me at the time, it was a hard place to live. It's a very hard place to live because it's not. They don't socialize like we do over here. It's hard to meet people. You gotta know people to get to know new people for the most part. As far as the Japanese people go. Or you just go to the clubs or go to the bars or some type of event. See, I wasn't used to that. It's like I'm used to going to the store and and just talking to people, and not over there. People don't socialize like that. Yeah, that like talking to people on the street. No, they don't. No, they don't. They just don't socialize like that. I mean, if you talk to somebody on the street over there in Japan, most of the time has to be for a reason. You need some directions. You're lost, something like that. But yeah, they just don't. It's like it's not really a foreign friendly place, I would say. It's a very different place, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to that at all. Most of the people I met was on base at the time. For my first 2 years, I think it took me about 6 months to take the train to go to Tokyo at the time. And I met some. It took me a while to meet the right people. By the time I met the right people that would show me around, tell me what's really going on in Japan, by the time I met the right people, it was time for me to go. It was time for me to leave. It was time for me to get out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was just a difficult place. Let me tell you one thing that I hear a lot of people say that visit Japan, and this is a common one. Somebody hit me up probably like a couple months ago, and this is a common thing. Anyone that's been to Japan, you probably seen this. They said when they get to the airport, and when they go to Tokyo, really any parts of Tokyo, they say they see people, mainly women, with an umbrella, carrying an umbrella, and it ain't raining. This is a common thing you would see. I mean, I see it over here too in America, but in Japan, you see that all the time. When I say all the time, you're going to see young girls, young and old, really. They're going to be walking around with an umbrella. It's sunny as hell outside, and it ain't raining. And every time people ask me about this, I always start laughing. I say, "Oh, that's really for UV rays. That's for the sunlight." Because see, a lot of girls don't want to get a suntan because a lot of Japanese guys ain't feeling that shit. They don't like it. You know, and for the most part, if you see a Japanese girl that's dark skinned or got a tan, it's either two reasons. For the most part, either she's affiliated with the Yakuza. It's two reasons. Either she affiliated with the Yakuza, she a filthy McNasty. That's really it. You're not gonna see no girls that got trying to get a tan. No. Japanese guys don't play that. No. And see, on the jobs, they don't even like this shit on the job. You see, a lot of girls, if their skin get too dark, they'll lose their job. There's a good chance they'll lose their job. Yeah. That's how that is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, that's how it is over there. That's how it is, and it's been that way since before I even went. It ain't a new thing. Yeah, it's been like this. It ain't nothing new. You know, they don't. Japanese people, for the most part, they don't do a lot of new things. They do the same shit over and over for the past 50 years. Probably longer than that. They're not like the Chinese. No, they're not. All this ambition and they got a low ambition, but all this innovative shit. You know, all the new, latest, and greatest technology. No. It's not like that. There's some of that, but it ain't like the Chinese. Not on that level. No. You know. But one thing I can say about Japan, if you meet the right people, you have a good time. But it's a place where it's critical that you meet the right kinds of people, because it's not a place where people are going to tell you how to do shit. And they're not going to be, it's not, I don't know what it is too. They're not really honest about a lot of things. And that whole region, really, the whole region is kind of like that. Asia is like that. The Middle East is like that. Africa is like that. That whole region is kind. I don't know what's going on over there in that region, but it's kind of like everything is a lie, a scam, or a come up. It's like I don't know. It's like you got people that will lie and take it to the grave in them areas. They not. If you don't know, they ain't gonna tell you. It's like, so that's what I don't like about. That's one of the things I don't like about Japan. If you don't know, ain't nobody gonna tell you. You're gonna have to meet somebody that's in the underworld. The regular corporate Japanese girl or guy, they ain't not gonna really tell you shit. You're gonna be walking around lost. Because outside of Tokyo, most things are not in English. Most things are not. If you be walking around like Japan, most things is in kanji or Japanese. I mean, in the tourist areas, yeah, you see things in English. Shibuya, Harajuku, Shinjuku, Yokohama. Them areas, yeah. Or if you're near a base, military base, yeah, you see some things in English. But if you're outside the tourist areas, man, you might be like, I can't read this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, somebody told me at the time, and they told me never forget this. If you ever get lost, find the best looking Japanese girl you can find and ask them, say, hey, I'm lost. I need some direction. That shit works too. That shit works. And I tell you what, once I get the directions, once you give me the directions, I flip the conversations and start trying to get to know her after that. Hey, that shit worked, man. I swear it works. It works. Most of the time it works. And if you, let's say if you know how to speak, not necessarily speak, but if you understand a little bit of Japanese, oh boy, the Japanese girls will be very impressed with that. See, because Japanese is a very difficult language to understand and speak. It's difficult. It's not like any language that I know of. So if you understand a little bit of Japanese, oh boy, that's like a turn on for most Japanese girls. I don't know why, but that's how it is. Traditionally, Japan is a closed society. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very closed. Yeah, it's probably if I'm not mistaken, it's the only country that English is taught in a broad, in a big way, but most people don't speak worth a damn. They teach English in school in Japan, but they don't speak. Most people still don't speak worth a damn. So I'm like, how the hell they passed the class? They probably cheated or something. They don't speak worth a damn. Most people. If most Japanese girls, if they learn English, it's usually from a foreigner. It's usually from a foreigner. Usually. Because they didn't learn it in school. For whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah. It's usually from a foreigner. I remember when I first went I met a Japanese girl for the first time. She was a rich bitch. She was. I could tell too by she was taking me around where she lived and everything. And her dad was in the real estate and all kinds. I said, "Oh, this is a rich bitch. This is a damn trust fund girl here I'm dealing with." She didn't speak no English when I first met her. I was struggling to communicate with her when we first met. We left for we pulled out for 4 months on the ship because I was in the Navy at the time. And when I came back, she was speaking English. And I'm like, holy shit. You know? So hey, how'd you learn how to speak? Oh, I learned from my new friends. That's how I usually go. It's usually from a foreigner that they learn English. That's usually how it go. You know? That's usually how it go, man. And she was one of the coolest person, but she was a regular girl though. She was a regular girl. She wasn't like a Yakuza girl, no. Now the second girl I met was a Yakuza girl. She had dark skin. And that bitch was darker than me, man. I'm telling you. I don't know. She used to go on that damn the tanning salon. She used to go up. She told me she used to go up in there like every other day. I said, "Damn, girl, that's too much. You fuck around and catch skin cancer. God damn, that's too much every other day. Shit." Yeah. She was cool. She was cool, but you know, she was a street bitch. You know, so I hung out with her until it was time for me to leave, basically. I think I met her like 90. I used to see her around before, but I just never had a chance to get at her. Like, I saw her I actually saw her in 96, but I didn't really get at her until about 99. I used to see her at parties, you know, because there was a club, a world famous club called Vietti's that was in Tokyo at the time. Everybody know about it. Anybody that's been to Japan or lived in Japan for a good amount of time heard about the club called Vietti's that was there. It's not there no more. There was a world famous club. All the rappers, celebrities, entertainers have been there. I'm gonna say most entertainers, rappers, R&B singers in America, they've been to Vietti's in Tokyo. Like back in the day. They've been there at least once. Or if they haven't been there, they know somebody that's been there. They heard about it. That was a world famous club. Yeah, that shit was popping, boy. You would go there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That shit was popping, boy. Everybody was up in there. All the high rollers. I'm not even exaggerating. Everybody was up in there. I'm for real. I'm like, people was in there from anywhere. You would go there, you would see people from any country all over the world would be up in there. That was like the spot. But they ended up closing down the remodel and just never opened back up for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. And by the time I left, by the time I got out of the Navy and I went back like 4 years later, it was already shut down. You know, it was already shut down, man. But that shit was popping, boy. I'm telling you. That was one of them clubs where I'm like, this shit different. For real. And it wasn't a big club either, by the way. It was a good size, but it wasn't like big. No. But boy, that shit was crowded. You'd be up in there like this. Because people arm to arm. It'd be like that. You know, that's how it was, man. I'd be like, damn. You know? That and there was another club called Heavens where a lot of rappers and entertainers would come and perform. I remember the first time I saw Kid Capri was at Club Heavens in Yokohama at the time. Kid Capri came, I think he might have came twice. But the first time, I saw Kid Capri the first time. Second time, I didn't see him. But when I saw Kid Capri, man, he tore that shit down. He tore that shit down, boy. I mean, that club was over capacity. It was over. There was too many people in there at the time, boy. But Kid Capri tore that motherfucker down. And at the time, man, it was like, how much I think I paid? $50 to go up there. Well, you know, and here's another thing about Japan. It's expensive over there. Hell, let me tell you something, man. Japan is the highest place I've ever been. I'm for real. I put Japan and New York. I would say they're about the same. But I think the clubs are higher in Tokyo than New York. I'm for real. Yeah, boy, that's the most expensive place I've ever been. Ever. I mean, Dubai is expensive, but god damn, I don't think Dubai is that damn expensive. Shit. Well, I tell you, man. Because you know, most places you go in the U.S. currency, you know, the dollar's strong, but it don't even make a difference in Japan. It don't matter because shit is so high anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now you might get more money if you exchange the dollar, but shit, shit is high anyway. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you got to think about it like this. If you've never been to Japan before, you don't know nobody, you're going to get scammed and taken advantage of in some type of way, you know. And see, here's the thing about Japan. They're very clever about how they go about doing things. It happens very subtle, in a very calm, you know, mellow type of way. You know, they're not going to be rude with the scheming and the scamming. It's a very subtle way. They'll smile in your face. And as soon as you leave, they stab you in the back. I'm like, God damn, man, I got ripped off yesterday. You know? And see, a lot of Japanese people, if you tell them, hey man, he ripped me off yesterday, man. They'll say something like, well, you should have known better. I'm like, how the hell I'm supposed to know? I ain't from here. I'm on a vacation. Oh, I'm new here. Right? They'll be like, well, you're just stupid. That's all. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So they're kind of cold. The game is cold over there. The game is cold over there. You know, that's the type of response you're going to get. It's going to be, they're not going to say, oh, I'm sorry about that. He shouldn't have done you like that, or she shouldn't have done you like. No, they're not going to really say much of that. It's going to be, you should have known better. How the hell am I supposed to? I don't know. I'm new. I only been here fucking 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it go. You know, especially if it's a woman, that's usually how it go. If you tell a Japanese guy that, he'll just kind of look and won't know what to say. Or smile. It'll be some shit like that. You know, I'm like, oh, whatever. You know. Man, see, they'll see you doing the wrong thing and won't say shit. What type of shit is that, man? Now, you hang out with these people now. You might have been around them for weeks, months, maybe years. They'll see you doing something wrong, they won't say anything. They'll be like, hey man, I thought we were friends. You know, maybe we're not friends. Or maybe you're my friend, but I'm not your friend. And see, it's that type of shit. You know? Which places in Japan have you been outside of Tokyo? Oh man, many. Probably many. I can't even. I've been to Osaka, Sapporo, Kyoto, well, yeah, I was stationed in Yokosuka, Yokohama. So many, man. So many. Yeah, so many, man. A lot of them. I've been on the west side of Japan. It's like near the mountains, you know. Yeah, west side and the north side. Yeah, I've been all over, man. Like I said, I've been over there for 3.5 years. So I got around pretty good for the 3.5 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got around pretty. I gotta plug my phone up now. So in 4 years, I got around pretty good. Cause see, by the time I hit the 2-year mark, I already knew the right people to hang out with and get information from. So they would kind of show me around, and I would hang out with them. You know, but it took me 2 years to get to that point. And by the time I got used to being around, you know, these types of people that would show me the way, it was time for me to leave. That time went by fast, you know. But it was fun, but it was hard, bro. It was hard. I couldn't do it today. I couldn't live in Japan today. I couldn't do it. No, I don't have the patience. You know, cause see, I'm not doing no goofy shit. Cause see, I ain't the type of person. I'm not wearing nobody's clothes. I'm not doing none of that goofy shit. I'm not. See, everywhere I go, I'm gonna be me. I'm not trying to fit in with no. I'm not doing none of that. And I didn't do that back then. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. And see, here's the problem. Most Japanese people don't like that. They don't like when you don't want to go along with the group. And if you don't want to go along with the group, you're not going to be around them. And I was cool with that at the time. I'm cool. I ain't got to be around everybody. Shit. You know. And see, here's the deal. When you're in if you go to Japan, if you're military or a government job or attached to some big company or something like that, you'll be cool. You'll be straight. But if you're on a vacation or maybe you retired or, you know, or some shit like that, well, that's totally different. You're on your own then. Oh, that's totally different when you like you retired, or you know you got married to a girl over there, some shit like that, and you're an older guy. That's an entirely different situation to be in versus you attached to a company, a big company. You got a job or you military. They treat you different. Yeah, it's an entirely different situation to be in. You get treated different if you're in the military, a government job, government contract, something like that. You get treated different, for real. You know, because it's like I realize that sometimes what's behind you makes a big difference. Oh yeah, it's a big difference. It's a complete different ball game, you know, especially in that region, that part of the world. If you solo, boy, you on your own. It ain't really, man. Shit. And people really ain't gonna be fucking with you like that. Because what I see, because I realized after I left, once I look back at my time that was spent over there, because you know when you're there, you know people talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? People say shit all the time, and if you're not from there, I mean you don't know no better. You just kind of like, okay, I guess I have to take what they said as they were, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But once you leave, you look back, I'm like, man, y'all full of shit. Y'all just basically, you just got a bunch of people that's basically taking advantage of each other. That's all it is. They don't really have real friends amongst each other. They don't. That ain't no friendship to me. How they socialize, and here's another thing. Oh, hold up. I need to get me a drink. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So what I was about to say, usually, oh, I know what I was about to say. Yeah, usually, you gotta take what people say with a grain of salt over there. you can't see things. See, they're very clever. Like I said, they're not very. They're passive aggressive over there. And they don't really care about the things that you think they care about. They don't care about the damn Buddha. Hell with that shit. They don't give a damn about none of that shit. That's shit for tourists. They don't care nothing about that shit. They don't respect none of that shit. Most Japanese are atheists. They don't care nothing about none of that shit. Now, if you go over there and start talking about, hey, let's go to the Buddhist, and you all excited and all that shit, they'll look at you like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh yeah, we can go, let's go. We go tomorrow or go today, whenever. They don't give a damn about none of that shit. I'm telling you. I mean, it's the funniest. The shit is funny, but it's really, they don't give a fuck with none of that shit. Most Japanese, they don't even know the history of that shit. They don't give a fuck. The game is cold over there, just like I said. They don't give a fuck with none of that shit. They do not care, man. It's all about scheming and the scamming and a come up. That's it. You know. That's really it. And another thing that you're gonna find like right now in Tokyo, if you're walking down, let's say you're in Harajuku or Roppongi. Roppongi is that's kind of the spot where the parties is at in Roppongi. A lot of people have heard of Roppongi. That's what it's still nice, but it ain't the way it used to be. Like the club that I was talking about earlier used to be in Roppongi. But it's still nice, but it ain't the way it used to be. Now, if you talk to most Japanese people, they'll say Roppongi is the hood. That's what they'll say. Yeah, they'll say that, right? But they don't, not to me, but whatever, you know. But it's that's where the nightlife at. You know, you go there, you party, you meet the girls or you guys or whatever you want to do, it's there. I'm gonna say that one more time. Whatever you want to do in Roppongi, it's there. For real. And here's the deal. You got a lot of Nigerians there. Mm-hmm. A lot of Nigerians is in the Roppongi area. As soon as you get out the train station, the Nigerians is across the street, handing out flyers and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're scheming and scamming, lying their ass off. And a lot of Nigerians is getting kicked out of Japan. They're getting kicked out. People are tired of the bullshit. The scheming and the scamming, man. They're tired of bullshit. I mean, a lot of Nigerians, they're scamming so much, man. They don't even respect the passport no more, man. That's how bad it's gotten. You know, as a matter of fact, if you're online, if you get any messages from a so-called Nigerian girl profile, 9 times out of 10 is a scammer. I'm just saying, that's how bad it's. I mean, god damn, people are tired of the bullshit, man. Damn. I'm telling you, think you talking to a damn girl, that motherfucker's a man behind the profile, man. I mean, come on, man. People are just tired of the bullshit. You know, and then you got a lot of Nigerians cosplaying as us over there too. That's another thing. You know, they dress like us, but they can't talk like us though. That's where they drop the ball. I'm like, hey, where you from, bro? Yeah, oh, I'm from Nigeria. Oh, okay, yeah, shit. And see, they'll fool the Japanese girls with that. They can't fool us. We know you ain't. We know you ain't from where we from. We know better. You know, a lot of Japanese girls don't know better. So they be lying to the Japanese girl, telling them, "Hey, I'm from America." And, you know, you're not. Shit, get your ass out of here. You know. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of Nigerians out there. Roppongi's popping. They don't care nothing but no history, Buddha. They don't care nothing but none of that shit, bro. You know, they don't even want to talk about that shit. If they don't, The game is cold over there. You know, it's not it's a very structured society. It's like super structured. But one thing is safe. It's a very safe place for the most part. Crime is low. Well, wait a minute. Wait. Let me back up a little bit. The reported crime is low. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. That reported crime is low. Now there's a bunch of crime going on, but you don't hear about it. You see, that's the difference. Yeah. Yeah. And most of the crime is the underworld type of crime, the yakuza type of crime. That's where most of the crime come from. But the average Japanese person, they're not really getting into shit like that. Just like over here, most of the crime is street business. You know, every once in a while you might have somebody, you know, do some old crazy shit, but for the most part, most of the crime over here is street business. And then you have the Karens and the, you know, it's the degenerates, yeah, you know, over here too. But for the most part, if you take a vacation over there, you be safe. You don't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know, cops they ain't gonna fuck with you like that. Cops speak. Oh, that's another thing. If you get lost, cops speak English over there. All the cops speak English. So if you get lost, either ask a cop for directions or the prettiest girl you see. I'm not even bullshitting. It works, boy. I'm telling you. All the cops speak English. All of them. I think that's part of their job description. You know, they have to learn how to speak English. Fluent. They speak fluent English too. You know. And you know, yeah, Japan is like I said, it was a tough place for me at the time because I was young. I was in my 20s, and I just wasn't really. I was caught off guard with a lot of shit. I wasn't really ready, prepared, at all, really. You know, but I made the best of it, and when it's time to leave, I left. I still visit. I got friends still over there, still to this day. Some veterans, you know, some Japanese, you know, but mostly veterans. You know, they still over there kicking it. Some married, some used to be married, some got kids, some got jobs on base. That's another thing. If you want a job on the base, it's they're always looking for people. If you have a passport and you want a job on the base over there in Japan, they're always looking for people. I mean, they're looking for somebody that got a passport that want to come over there, to be honest. They don't have enough people, from what I've been told. Because most people don't want to go to Japan to work on the base. Most people don't want to. So whenever they find somebody that wants a job and wants to work over there, they be like, they don't even hesitate. Come on down. Shit. That's usually how it goes. You know? That's why I get these damn messages when I'm live. It always happens like that. People, what are you doing? I'm busy. What the hell are you doing? Shit, you need to be doing something. I'm doing the same damn thing I did yesterday. Damn. I hate when people need to get a life. Something. Shit. Yeah, but but at the end of the day, Japan is a nice place to take a vacation. Vietnam is a good place to take a vacation too. But the thing is, it's gonna take you a long time to get to Japan. From Atlanta, It's going to take you 11, 12 hours nonstop. If you fly out of Atlanta. I think New York is probably about 12 hours too. Nonstop. Now you can stop in LA if you want, but it's going to take a long time to get there. That's why a lot of people don't go. You know, it's a long flight, man. And there's a 12-hour time difference too. That's another thing. So right now it's morning time over there. Right now. Yeah, it's a 12-hour time difference. Yeah. So it's kind of like, the funny thing is, like, when you leave Atlanta and you going to Japan, it's kind of like you going back in time. It's a weird thing. And when you leave, it's like you going forward in time. It's weird. It's a weird thing, man. You know. But there's on that side of the world, I would say Vietnam's a good place. Japan's a good place. I would say Australia, but Australia, that's really far. Shit. I think from Japan, Australia, not from Japan, Australia, I think that's 6 hours. If I'm not mistaken. If you're going to Perth, I think. Yeah, I don't think I would go back. In order for me to go back to Australia, it got to be some type of business. It can't be just for vacation. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Australia. Australia is kind of a weird place, man. You know, I don't think I want to go back there. Not just for fun. You know, I don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said, I made the best of my time while I was over there. And if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it. It was too hard. It was too hard. And today, I don't have the patience today to live in a place like that. Everything is slow. If you don't know the right people, I mean, it's gonna take you a long time to do damn near anything. I'm like, man, the hell with this shit. And money ain't got nothing to do with it. No, money ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, that's just how it is over there, and it's been like that for a long time. It ain't just started. It ain't just started, man. You know, it's but I had good times, not so good times, and when it's time for me to leave, I left. You know, but I would say most of the Japanese girls they're cool if they like you. If they don't like you, it's best to move on. It's just best to move on. Now, here's another thing about Japanese girls. And I found when they come over here, when they come to America, they pretty much on the white side of the game when they come over here. Yeah, they kind of change up when they come over here. They flip. But in Japan, it's all about they kind of stick to what they know. They while they're in Japan. Now when they come to America, they kind of flip. They flip their white side of the game when they come over here. You know, they get brand new when they come over here. It's that type of shit. But that's usually how it go. You know. I know a lot of guys that got married to Japanese girls and had kids and everything. You know, so but if she doesn't like you, it's probably best you just move on. It's not you're not gonna have a good experience. You're not. You know. Now some guys have told me, well, they can't tell if a Japanese girl like them. Well, you kind of know how it'll be based on how she treats you. Yeah, that's how you gonna know. How she treats you is based on how much she likes you. That's basically how it go over there. Really, you know. But hey, man, it's nice. Like I said, I'm gonna end this. It's a nice place to take a vacation. But if you want to live there, it might be tough. I know at my age today, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, don't forget to check out my book, Love at First Click, on Amazon.com. Bestseller, 500 pages a game, baby. You know what I'm saying? So share this episode. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.